What if the most profound discovery in human history was made, and then deliberately buried? We're not talking about rumors or grainy photos here. We're talking about 24 gigabytes of classified NASA data on an interstellar visitor that, honestly, defied the laws of physics. Data leaked by a ghost-like hacker group revealing a 26-kilometer-wide object that wasn't just passing through our solar system but actually, actively navigating it. This is the story of 3I Atlas, what NASA allegedly found and why they never wanted you to see it. So let's delve into the data. Event Horizon cyber attack. So how does a clandestine group get its hands on NASA's crown jewels? According to the leaked security logs, this wasn't a brute force attack, it was surgical. In the early hours of September 2, 2025, Event Horizon executed a coordinated cyber attack that bypassed multiple layers of agency firewalls. They exploited a zero-day vulnerability in an outdated Fortran-based mission planning module, which honestly was just a tiny crack in an otherwise formidable digital fortress. The transfer rate was a blistering 571 megabits per second, far too fast for automated security flags to catch in time. Forensic analysts later pieced together a chilling timeline. The attackers gained initial access at 3:14 a.m. Eastern, escalated their privileges to the highest level by 3:19, and began siphoning data at 3:23. In under 7 minutes, 24 gigabytes of compressed files, including internal chat logs, draft reports, and sensitive telemetry from the 3I Atlas Intercept Mission, were gone. By 3:30 a.m., the connection vanished, leaving behind nothing but a silent gap in the audit trail. Cybersecurity expert Mikko Hyppönen has stated that such an attack would require nation-state-level resources, suggesting Event Horizon is far more sophisticated than a typical hacktivist group. The manifesto and distribution. A data breach is one thing, but a declaration of war on secrecy is another. Within hours of the hack, a manifesto from Event Horizon appeared on encrypted forums. Their message wasn't a boast, it was a justification. They claimed the breach was a direct response to what they termed unlawful cosmic secrecy, arguing that discoveries of this magnitude belong to humanity, not to a select few government agencies. The manifesto warned that the stolen files contained information so sensitive even senior directors at NASA were allegedly unaware of its full scope. Their language was direct: the world deserves to know what its own scientists have found. To prove their point, they began a strategic distribution campaign. Blurred screenshots and heavily redacted memos were sent to journalists and channels known for covering classified science. They specifically avoided mainstream outlets, opting for platforms that would analyze the data without an institutional filter. This drip feed of information created a groundswell of speculation that legacy media couldn't ignore, forcing the conversation into the open on Event Horizon's terms. Authenticating the documents. In the world of leaks, authenticity is paramount, so are these files real? The evidence presented by Event Horizon is compellingly layered. The leaked screenshots are plastered with authentic details: bold, block-lettered confidential stamps, thick redaction blocks, and metadata tags showing UTC timestamps that perfectly match the breach window from NASA's own security audit. We see mission patch artwork in the corners, a stylized comet labeled 3I Atlas Int. Every document carries unique identifiers, routing codes, and internal chat handles you'd expect to see inside a major agency. Technical diagrams and draft tables use Courier font headers and bear NASA's internal digital watermark. We even see screenshots of the classic blue and white NASA email interface, with subject lines like Atlas Intercept Immediate Action Required, and Telemetry Review Anomaly Detected. One partially blurred memo lists technical trajectory data, while another redacted report is marked with the access level TSSCI, denoting top secret, sensitive, compartmented information, a classification that restricts access to a small, specific group of cleared individuals. The documents bear digital signature strings ending in JPL for the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and GSFC for the Goddard Space Flight Center, indicating a multi-center collaboration. Discovery of 3I Atlas. Before the leak, there was the discovery that started it all. On July 1, 2025, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, ATLAS survey in Hawaii, logged a new object tearing into the solar system at 130,000 miles per hour. Astronomers flagged it immediately. This was no ordinary comet. The object, soon labeled 3I Atlas, measured an estimated 26 kilometers across, roughly the size of Manhattan, moving faster than any object ever observed inside the orbit of Jupiter. Veteran survey scientist Dr. Lina Takahashi, a fictional name from the leaked files, was quoted in a log. The track was so steep the software flagged it as an error. Within hours, observatories from Chile to Arizona confirmed the numbers. The object's incoming speed of over 58 kilometers per second defied the sun's gravitational grip. Its trajectory pointed back toward the constellation Lyra, far from the ecliptic plane where most solar system debris resides. To put its size in perspective, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs was only about 10 kilometers wide. This was over twice that, and it wasn't from around here. Impossible physics and trajectory. Here's where the story takes a sharp turn from unusual to unbelievable. Like its predecessor Oumuamua, 3I Atlas was not behaving according to the laws of physics. The leaked mission logs from July 18, 2025, show a sudden, inexplicable sideways acceleration resulting in a velocity change, or delta V, of 1.5 meters per second. The object changed course in a way that defied gravitational models. For a normal comet, such a deviation could be explained by outgassing, measured by the non-gravitational acceleration parameter A2. However, just like with Oumuamua, initial observations of 3I Atlas showed no cometary tail, no dust, and no gas coma to account for the push. Its A2 parameter was effectively zero, yet it was still maneuvering. Trajectory analysts were stumped. They ran models accounting for solar radiation pressure, gravitational pulls from planets, and every known natural force. Nothing matched the telemetry. Dr. Amy Mainzer, a leading expert on asteroids, has noted that explaining such a deviation without observable outgassing requires exotic physics or an artificial origin. The numbers kept pointing to a single, unsettling conclusion. Some force other than gravity was steering this massive object through our solar system. Surface anomalies. The armor problem. What does a 26-kilometer object from another star system look like? The first leaked images from the Intercept mission were paradigm-shattering. 3I Atlas's surface resembled no comet on file. Imaging analysts flagged a pattern of smooth, almost metallic-looking plating, broken by lines that ran too straight to be natural fractures. One analyst, quoted in a redacted chat log, called it the radiator problem, referring to a gridwork of raised ridges spaced like the cooling fins on spacecraft. These ribs cast long, uniform shadows, and their regularity caused the anomaly detection software to flag the pattern as artificial. Comparisons to known comets like Halley or 67P Churyumov-Gerasimenko fell apart. Their surfaces are jagged and chaotic. 3I Atlas, in contrast, had long stretches that reflected sunlight like polished alloy. Further spectral analysis of this reflected light showed an albedo inconsistent with any known meteoritic iron, lacking the usual chondritic features. It was too smooth, too reflective, and far too structured. Thermal signatures and heat pulses. If the surface looked engineered, the thermal data was even more alarming. According to the leaked files, infrared arrays recorded heat vents pulsing with incredible regularity. The logs show heat pooling along the strange ribbed seams, and then bursting outward in tight, directed jets. This wasn't the broad, chaotic outgassing you see in a typical comet. These were discrete, timed pulses occurring precisely every 90 seconds, raising local surface temperatures by over 200 degrees Kelvin in an instant. The mission logs classified this as a directive motion event, a term typically reserved for spacecraft thrusters, not natural phenomena. Even more damning, trajectory analysts correlated these thermal pulses directly with the object's mysterious course corrections. After each 90-second heat burst, the Intercept team logged a subtle but precise shift in its path. The efficiency of this propulsion, measured as specific impulse, was calculated to be far beyond any chemical rocket, consistent with advanced ion or plasma thrusters. Gravity couldn't explain it, solar radiation is constant, and natural outgassing is random. The evidence was building 3. I-Atlas wasn't just moving strangely, it appeared to be actively propelling itself. Chemical composition mysteries. The mystery only deepens when you look at what 3I-Atlas was made of. Martin Cordner's team at Goddard was the first to get a full spectrum after the Intercept, and the results were an instant red flag. The early spectra lit up with incredibly sharp, bright lines of nickel. In cosmic bodies, nickel almost always rides shotgun with iron. Yet in every single frame of data from 3I Atlas, iron was almost completely absent. Its signature spectral lines were missing. This isn't just rare. In the entire catalog of known comets and asteroids, it's unheard of. The natural formation processes that create asteroids from protoplanetary disks simply don't separate these two elements with such purity. Leaked notes suggest the isotopic ratio of the nickel was also wrong, indicating it wasn't formed in a typical supernova. The purity level was estimated to be over 99.8%, a level that on Earth requires an advanced electrochemical process known as the Mond process. Radio echoes and communication patterns. Beyond its motion and materials, the most chilling evidence in the leaked files points toward active technology. According to the logs, radio astronomers reviewing raw data from the Intercept mission flagged a pattern of faint, repeating echoes in the X-band frequency range. These weren't natural radio bursts or cosmic static, they were precise, clipped signals with a high signal-to-noise ratio, bouncing back from 3I Atlas at regular intervals. What made this truly shocking was the timing. The interval of the radio echoes mapped almost perfectly to the 90-second rhythm of the object's thermal pulses. It was as if something was pinging the object, and the heat pulses were the response. In one of the leaked chat logs, a veteran telemetry specialist reportedly wrote, "It's like someone is pinging the probe and it's answering. The pattern is too tight for random noise." This completely changed the nature of the investigation. SETI pioneer Dr. Jill Tarter has long argued that a truly intelligent signal would likely be efficient and information-dense, characteristics that align with these alleged repeating echoes. The data suggested it could be an active, responsive probe. Expert analysis and propulsion theory. You can't discuss these anomalies without bringing in a voice of scientific courage like Avi Loeb. The Harvard astrophysicist, who famously staked his reputation on Oumuamua being alien technology, wasted no time weighing in on the 3I Atlas files. He argued the intercepted telemetry read like a blueprint for an advanced propulsion system. Each 90-second heat pulse and corresponding course correction was perfectly consistent with a massive ion drive or a similar engine. In Loeb's words, if you wanted to navigate through a solar system while managing heat and energy, you would use timed, directional thrust. That is what the data shows. But the most jarring evidence was a fragment recovered by the interceptor's dust collector. A leaked lab memo described a fleck of material with a lattice of silicon and doped phosphorus, arranged in layers spaced at micron intervals. The structure was noted as being radiation-hardened to a degree far beyond current human capability, suggesting it was built for long-duration travel through the harsh interstellar medium. This wasn't just a circuit, it was an artifact from a civilization far beyond our own. So, what do we make of all this? A 26-kilometer object from another star system, moving at impossible speeds, making its own course corrections. It has a surface that looks like armor, a composition of refined nickel, and it pulses with heat and radio echoes on a perfect 90-second clock. And finally, there's a fragment of what appears to be a microchip. The leaked files, if authentic, present a disturbing and profound reality. The questions are staggering. What is this object's purpose? Where did it come from? And perhaps most importantly, what else has NASA found that we don't know about? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the secrets of science and technology. Thanks for watching Simply Science.